I don't want to see no man in the thong. That's it. That's it.
Yep,
That's
that's
it.
okay.
So I can respect that.
This man, and so that's why I unfollow you. But that's it, though. You know what I'm saying?
So
It's just that one.
But 1, 2, 3.
Sunday dinners. Sunday dinners. Sunday dinners. Sunday dinners.
sister, and everyone that get around the table and get through.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday Dinners. This is a podcast where we gather around something common. The best way I like to put it is that, on Sundays after church, you would go over somebody's house and have dinner, and you would eat good food, get to just have good conversation, and anything goes. That is what happens here. And so welcome. We are biggity back after a long time. But we's here. Okay. So let's this is how we're going to start. We're going to introduce ourselves. Who are you, Ryan?
I am Ryan. I have been with Lake Forest, UCity. Can I say that? No.
Yes.
Say whatever you want to.
Yes.
I've been with UCity for 2 years. I am an aspiring to be on the worship team once they let me.
Oh my
my
God.
I didn't know this. Once they have me.
All you had to do is say a word, right?
But I'm still working on that. So I am helping co-lead the media team and produce this podcast.
Cool.
Yeah, you are.
He's the producer.
I'm the producer.
Yes.
The producer. He needs a producer tag.
A producer tag, like a name
Yeah,
tag?
yeah, like
Black
that.
shirt.
Like
that.
Like
Black
like a
shirt is a
DJ
style.
Khaled or something like that. Who is beside me?
I am Chantel, and it legit feels like a Sunday afternoon after dinner situation because Maria just fed us real good.
She's fed us real
that's
good.
right. You're
Real
welcome.
good.
So
Italian.
pray my strength.
Yeah.
I can't not do it.
Because the itis is real.
Who is on my
Did
right?
you wait? Did you say who you like? Anything else about you? Okay. All right.
Doesn't matter.
It's a mystery.
She is pregnant and will have a baby.
That's
at
not
any
what
second.
I meant.
At any moment.
That is literally not what I meant.
At any second.
Chantel's been
what I
help
look
leading
like,
worship at UCity.
Oh yeah.
Also, there's some relation over here.
to make for a great
No,
episode.
that would be
so.
fun.
I will probably forget.
Just not on the couches. Just
Oh, we can't mess up Maria's
No,
couches.
just don't mess up the couches.
No giving birth here.
No, these nice.
Is this going to mess up the sound?
This
Just
is
do it
nice.
before she gets her cleaning done.
Okay. And then it'll be okay. Is this
Nice.
going to mess up the sound? My jingling?
Absolutely.
Jangle.
Okay, let me take it off.
I just feel like also. I mean, can we? There's brother or sister. Chantel and Trell, brother or sister.
I guess.
They would have picked up on that.
I don't know.
We might
They're
be.
twins.
Might be.
We
We
don't look
Not
like
twins.
them.
They, huh?
we're not
We don't look
twins.
alike.
Everybody, when Terrell says that he has a twin, then people think that it's you.
That's because
Yeah, that's
our
right.
brother's never around. That's why.
Fair.
He abandons us.
He's
abandons us.
disowned us.
Yeah. And we're gonna go far right.
Okay.
Who is you?
I'm Maria. I have been with UCity for 3 years. Yes.
Mhm.
3 years. October 1st actually is my start date. Did you know that?
October 1st.
Yep. October 1st was
Oh,
my start
celebrate.
date. And I'm the associate pastor at UCity. So I love to care for people, connect them. It's my jam.
Cool. I am Pastor T. That is what they call me around these parts, and I am the pastor of UCity, the church, and I'm just thankful to be here. I'm just thankful to be here, with you all, who have joined us on this podcast, and you all as well. But I saved the best for last.
Yeah, you
Mm.
did.
Save the best for last. We have, ladies and gentlemen, a special guest with us. This guy is a genuine, good soul. We love having conversations with him. I love his perspective, and I really admire him in a lot of ways, and so we just asked him to join the podcast for a specific conversation. But before we do that, who is you, Zoe?
That was a good one. I believed everything you said.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm Lorenzo Zoe, because nobody is going to really take the time to pronounce my name correctly or as it's spelled. And I have just been a friend and supporter of UCity for, is it 3 years?
I think it's,
No, is it?
it's 3 years in January.
Okay.
2.5.
Okay, so 2.5. Yes. Yep. I like the way y'all do things. And we'll get into more.
Yeah. We will dive into more, but before we do these things, this thing called like roses and thorns, right? The question is this: what, just in life right now? What is a rose? What is a thorn? A rose is something good. A thorn is something aggravating, or maybe not so good. However you want to pitch it.
My current thorn is Ryan saying my couch smells. So.
Oh, okay.
My current thorn is sitting on this part of the couch.
How Ryan said it was
it's
so
true, actually. That's actually true.
It was so smooth. It was so like just matter of fact, just like, just
not sure.
As he went on
Teenagers
about
or the animals, I don't know, but it's really just pain. It's aggravating. People, it's painful.
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's still smelling it. What is
Now you have to share a rose.
Yeah.
My rose is, I think, the blessing of this home that I get teased for mercilessly oftentimes, but I'm thankful to have you guys in it. And I am Italian, and so I do like getting to feed people. So it's a joy to get to feed people I love. Don't tell my family that for every single day, though, because it's not that same for them every night. But that just makes me happy to do. So I'm just going to go in this moment, roses and thorns.
That's great.
Sure.
Not into the depth of my soul.
If a rose in this moment for me, it would be that you made me 5 eggs.
There you go.
On top of more
That was
food.
a lot of eggs.
They were down in about
Like a
60
whole
seconds.
And like a half pound
I
of
could
meat.
have probably done twice
They
that.
boiled egg?
Really?
A scrambled.
Probably.
Scrambled.
I
Yeah.
had some egg.
Well, I
Egg.
Now, hey, next time I'll make sure. Next time I'll make
we
sure.
can do that after. I could whip that out.
No, my rose and thorn are connected. Rose, amazing opportunities happening, like getting to be a part of this. But the thorn would be all the pressures of all those things, trying to figure out all the new things and how they fit into everyday life. And just the hours that you're capped at the end of the day. So
see what he did there. His rose and thorn was the same.
What's the same thing? That was smooth.
are you allowed to do that?
That's
or?
life.
No
I was
rules.
getting ready to do it.
Oh yeah, I'm going next after that. So go ahead.
But my rose and thorn is the same thing. My baby is growing up, so he's 2 years old, which is a thorn and a rose.
Yeah.
Because he is here and he's growing and developing and all that good stuff. But also, it's like, but you're supposed to be my baby. And so it's a beautiful thing. It's also gut wrenching sometimes.
Yeah.
I did not realize I would love the mom thing so much and be like so into it. I never, growing up, I didn't imagine like having kids and doing all that. I was like professional, office, skyrise, like that sort of thing. And so I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
That's awesome, Chantel.
Nice. What about you, Zoe? What you got?
My rose is being placed in areas or around people that I can minister to in my own way. And my thorn is sometimes I don't want to be around people. Or like be that empath and take in all the things. But I am learning.
So you are a empath? I don't know
I
if
feel
I
like
knew that
at
about
moments. Yes.
Okay.
It just really, yes, I am actually. Real
Okay.
bad. Real bad. Yeah. And sometimes I get excited to form friendships. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that it was going to require this much out of me. And I'll say things that it's not like harsh or anything, just what I see. And then like, they want more. And I'm like, oh, I was just supposed to leave you with that nugget and like run away. And we never talk about it again. But
Got it.
Is the working definition of empath, like, do you feel like you take on in your own feelings in your own body and your own emotions what the person that you're with is?
But I also like discern things as well. So it can be a really interesting. That's still something I'm like learning about myself, and I think I can mix the two for sure.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. I don't think I have harnessed it in the best way, because I can grow over things very quickly and just be like, it's okay. And you can't do that with people, like with actual people and their emotions and their feelings. So
That's right.
That's
pretty
good.
much strength.
Yeah, I thought I could grow over people. I thought it was a superpower of mine, but it's actually my therapist says it's like anxious attachment thing, and so that's what I'm learning about myself in that. But you were an empath. Is that the word, empath? Yeah, I didn't know that, man.
Somebody gonna fill in, not for me, of course, but all of our listeners.
Yeah. What that is?
Not for Ryan, because Ryan knows.
Like what that
I know
is?
what it is.
Like
I can tell him, but I'll let you.
Yeah. I think that Maria should tell the listeners
Okay.
what that means. Okay. We're good. I know what it is, but just for them in case they didn't.
You got it.
I got
You
this.
got it.
So an empath, I think you can have compassion. You can even have like understanding, but that's really by conception, that's conceptual and by thought. But an empath takes on, actually feels the emotions of the person that you're around. So if someone is hurting, if someone is anxious, if someone is happy, if someone is sad, if someone is worried, like you literally actually have that feeling, and it's really hard to move past it because now it becomes your own. And the hardest thing about it, you can tell me if I'm wrong, Zoe, is people think you should just stop. They're like, stop doing that. Stop taking on other people's emotions. And you're like, listen, if I could have done that, I would have done that a long time ago. So it is a gift because people feel less alone, but it's a burden.
Take it back.
It's a
Take it
burden.
back.
You feel seen.
Yeah, the person. Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have said to the listener.
Yeah, I was just helping you out. Yeah.
Perfect.
Just doing it for you.
Make sure that they knew.
So would I be partly? It's called an empath.
Yeah.
Would I be
don't know.
partly
Is that
empath?
a psychological term? it's more recent.
It is a more recent.
It's a more
Yeah.
recently.
It's related to the word empathy, though.
Yes, it's the
Right.
noun version. It's noun. Right?
Yeah, you just related to the word empathy.
So I'm part empath. If I'm hanging around people and I pick up their accents, would that be
No.
part empath?
Wow. Wow.
Because I tend to do that.
different.
No, that's
I think
a
that's different,
what is
right?
that language word?
Oh.
That's a polyglot or something.
Oh, there's a word for that.
I'm pulling in Harry Potter things.
Yeah.
I
Love it.
Okay, Harry Potter.
Tap into it.
yeah, wait, no, wrong thing.
Chantel might be right. This might not be the same
It
thing.
really does. Take your energy sometimes.
Are you empath too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You two are not.
But would you consider yourself a creative?
Yes, very much so.
That makes sense.
But
A
Terrell's
lot
a
of-
creative and he's
a
not
lot
an
of
empath.
creatives are.
right.
But Terrell's different. I'm learning. He is
Terrell's
different.
is built different.
He built different. But I do know like a lot of creatives or like art friends who are empaths as well. And it helps them with their gift.
I maybe could be if I allow myself to be, maybe.
That part.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
That part.
okay, so what are we here to talk about today? I want to if I was giving a message or something, I would call it like hard to stay or something like that. No, but we are talking about the church and all of the challenges of why it is hard to stay. And so actually that has been our conversation lately. is about the church and church hurt and what church is not. And so I want to talk about like why is it hard to like stay in community at church? If it is, why? If you don't think so, why not? And has it been a challenge for you personally? So, and so I think for, actually, we're going to pause it here. We're going to do that again because we never said how Zoe met us.
Oh, okay.
That's where, and I'm going to start. Okay. So, Zoe is with us. Zoe, how did we meet?
I actually met Maria first at work, and her and someone else were just in the corner giggling like hysterically.
There was a lot of giggling.
It was a lot of giggles, and what they were looking at that time really threw me off, and I think I was very curious to like understand like what are y'all laughing at, like the person that I am, like what's so funny. So I didn't expect the energy that you brought to me.
I was so happy you asked. I was like, oh, thank you for asking.
That was the door she needed to just boob. And from there, I think your way of like, in my mind, it was like, this is her chance to win somebody over to Christ. Okay, this is her moment. Okay, and she
went for it.
That moment.
But I went in
very
so
well.
innocently. I didn't know you were hating me in your brain at that moment.
I wouldn't say I was hating you. I was just ready.
I
was very much so ready.
I was walking up. Campbell and I were, if you're listening, Campbell, hi.
Hey, Campbell.
Hi, Campbell. We were shopping for Terrell's birthday. How old were you turning? Like 35? 35. Because it was before the church.
30 years old.
Oh, 29.
Something.
27. Okay. It was before the church started, and we were shopping for a hat for Terrell. What kind of hats are they?
Well, if you know the brand, Gorham brand, they have
Nice. Yep.
the hats that have the things.
Yes.
That
They
go
have all
along
the
with them.
things.
All
And
the
we-
things.
Yeah.
And we grabbed a pit bull one for Terrell that we were very excited about because Terrell's hard to shop for. Just don't even bother trying
Or you-
half the time.
I could have said I was excited because he reminds me of a pit bull.
Oh, yes, that also. That too.
Okay.
No, I just know
okay.
we knew you liked pit bulls.
Yes.
'Cause you
I do have
you
one.
have a
I
pit bull.
have one at the
Okay.
house. Her name. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
And that hat was black and white, which also. Okay, anyway, so we walk excitedly up to the counter, and it was that moment that you always wait for out in public when you just want to talk to people. And so said, "Can I ask you something?" And I said, "Yes, anything." He said, you said, "Why are you so excitedly buying this hat?"
Yes, something along
Yes.
those lines.
And then I went and I said, "Well, there's this church, and it's our pastor Terrell, and it's his birthday." There was a lot of that kind of
Chit chatter.
yeah. But then you said something. Do you remember what you said after I said all that? Because something that I said made you not hate me anymore, but I don't remember what.
I can't remember what it was, but it was a like day. It went really quickly. All I know is like on my lunch break, I called this woman, and it just
He did.
Oh wow.
Because I gave him my phone number immediately.
Wow.
And I was very like, are you one of them people, whatever them
Yep.
people are. So,
But tell them what you were gonna say to me.
there was a lot of things I was gonna say to a lot
Yes.
of people.
Well,
that
you
day.
should confess.
That
This
I
should
really
be
felt.
your
Tell us all of
moment
it.
of confession.
What do you remember?
I think you were gonna make fun of me, or like basically, I don't remember exactly what you thought. We were displaced in our giggling in that store.
Yes, because the hats have the things that go with them, and I was just like, it just threw me off. So I think I wanted to just be very I don't want to say catty, but I wanted to.
Petty.
I was on on some petty stuff at that time, and I didn't know that this relationship. I didn't know she was ready. She was ready for me. That's what it was. And from there, she told me about UCity and we pretty much hit it off from there, to be honest. Like, there were a lot of my friends who were like, are you sure about this? And I'm like, yeah, she's cool. Why not? Yeah, I like her. Like, the people seem cool. I was probably hesitant when I was hesitant the entire time, actually.
There was a trust building that we're
definitely-
probably still doing in some
Yes,
ways.
for sure. A lot of trust building things that had happened. But I think when I was able to come to UCity and get to know y'all or the people there, it was different. It was definitely different from what I'm used to. And I'm a preacher's kid, so I have a lot of churchy experiences, and I'm like, here we go again. And this is probably, since I've left home in my 20s, like, this is probably the second church I've actually like attended, and the first church I actually enjoyed attending outside of my childhood, me being forced to go to church. So.
Yeah, that forcing is crazy.
I need to know, like, what made you call Maria?
We clicked in a crazy way, and it was
It's fascinating.
it very is. I wish I could remember like verbatim what was said, but there was, I think in that moment I didn't know that I needed her, and that was very.
So
I remember one
deep
thing that
sigh.
you said.
Say it.
So you said, are gay people allowed at your church?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like, I said, well, of course. Like, what kind of a church would we be
Because
if anybody wasn't welcome in the church? But we were at the counter at the store, and that was one of the first questions.
I was like an assistant manager. Like, they already knew what I was getting. Like, I didn't care. Like, I wasn't gonna get fired over that. Y'all need me.
y'all need it.
But I think that was a part of my church hurt that I didn't really understand until now. So I was at a place where I'm like, I'm not going to an all gay church. That was just not me, and not something. I knew what I wanted out of church, and I think the whole thing of the church popular thing is come as you are. But then when you come as you are, they're like, there's a contingency thing.
Yeah.
Come as you are, unless you
Or
do something wrong or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
So
Come this much as you
Right.
are. We don't want
right
we
until
need a certain
you make us
percentage.
look bad.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Come 30% as you are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think I am still in a space where I'm learning, like, this is me, and I want to be able to be me with, some, grooming or whatever the case may be. But I want to still be myself when going to a church. So that was important to me.
What? I'm not trying to make this about UCity, but I want to know. So you came to UCity, like how did it feel? What were your fears or doubts or like what was your thoughts? I mean, just
So I actually remember, like, probably you introduced me to pretty much everybody, you and First Lady. I like saying First Lady. And I remember
But
telling
she doesn't
y'all,
like
like,
it, does she?
no,
She
not at all.
don't like
That's
it.
why I like it.
But I remember telling y'all, like, as long as I could be myself, like, because I'm me. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I know who I am
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised, like, if by anything that comes about. So as long as I'm able to be myself, I think that was the part that made me nervous. Like, who are these people? Am I going to be able to be my most authentic self? And I was very much like, because I'm waiting for it. I'm ready to, let's see, who's trying to test me or who can I test?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Because it just naturally, something always happens in the whole church setting. And I felt that everyone was genuine. People, it really did feel at home. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not, getting paid to say, UCity felt at home. I probably disappeared for another month and I talk to y'all, or whatever.
We'll be here.
Yeah, y'all be around. But I really did enjoy. That was probably one of the first safe spaces that I felt I was safe. And that is very rare. I do have social anxiety. I will sit down and analyze a situation before I do anything or respond. So that was one of those things like, oh, okay, I can just be myself. And this woman was checking up on me, texting me, oh, so right here. Know. I was getting introduced to everybody. I could not like hide in the back, you know. In the old days, we would come in and just sit in the back row. She wasn't having it. So I appreciate that.
She's good at that.
Very good at that. Very good at that. You said that the church, UCity, felt safe. Why wouldn't it feel safe? What is it about you, or is it your past or whatever?
I have being just a little bit about me. I wasn't always a preacher's kid. I was adopted at the age of 13, and I entered the foster care system at 11. So my upbringing, military child, single mother, it was a lot different. I was able to be like a grown kid, and a lot of the things that my mom did didn't really help me as a child. We'll just say that. So then being adopted, I was forced to be a kid and, you know, stay at a grown folks' business. You could be a kid now. You don't have to be so worried about everything that is going on. But in my experience at church, or the churches that I attended, it's very, church can be very showy. And me identifying as a gay male, it's very much, oh, well, let's use your talents and all those things. Oh, you're a singer. Oh, you want to, live for God and have some fun was the saying of the youth group at that time. But when things got like sticky, everybody would be the ones to talk behind each other. Oh, you know what the page, you know what they doing. This family is going on here. But nobody would, it would just be the talking, but nobody would want to help you through that process. So it was, let's use you until we can't use you anymore. And that's that. And then you kind of outcast it in this weird, uncomfortable way. So I did not want to, I know my personality, I know, and that, I think that was one of my biggest fears. I didn't want to be like, ooh, let me jump into this. And then like something went array because I knew how I could respond. Yeah. And I didn't want that. So, yeah.
Got you.
I think what really bothered me though.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell us.
No, I'm not.
Do tell us.
I really appreciate the bond that I have built with, especially you, Maria, even some of the people that still keep up with me at UCity, because I do feel like that was genuine. What threw me off is when this man unfollowed me on Instagram.
Let's talk about it.
Because that might have added to my church.
Well, let's reconcile.
Yeah.
We can reconcile.
No. We don't talk about it here. We're gonna talk about it here. Okay. I follow Zoe. Zoe is So when I started, here's the thing, Zoe. Okay. When I started, I don't mind. Yeah, I will follow you. But when Zoe is a creative, so he's posting his outfits and they're dope and all the things and this one picture he just posted himself in the thong and
it wasn't a picture, it was a video. And it was shaking.
He.
Was I out of the country?
Yes, you were.
Come on, I was out of the country.
No, listen, do you enjoying yourself? All the things I said. Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good on this, man. And so that's why I unfollow you. But that's it, though. You know what I'm saying?
So it's just that one.
But hey, listen,
it was just the one.
It's just that.
He unfollowed me before I could post any other.
I know.
I thought it was tasteful. It didn't bother me at all. I was very, very fine.
Hey, Maria, you are a supporter.
Shaking that ass. That's right.
So I had to actually
Wait, did you say what it was? Did you say? I didn't hear. Did you say what it was a picture of? What it was a video of?
Yeah. No, the thong.
Oh, okay.
I know what it is a video of now.
Okay.
I'm
just for the viewers that didn't get to see it.
I don't want to see no man in the thong. That's it. Is it?
Yep,
That's just.
okay.
So I can respect that. I think I did not know because, me being a person that lives in my head 24/7, somehow the communication also kind of dwindled away.
Was it the same time?
Yes,
Wouldn't the
around
devil,
the same-
wouldn't
It
the
did.
devil do
It did.
that?
It did.
Very much
Yeah.
so.
It did.
And for somebody who you have invited over your house,
That's right. And we
ate
had
your food,
good,
we had
good
very
conversation. all the
intimate
things.
conversations about life and all the things.
Yeah.
I felt away.
You know
So
what?
I could deal with the unfollow, but
Sure.
I could not deal with the communication.
With the
communication.
well, that was just on me. Nothing.
Well,
nothing
you were
specific.
also going through your own. I'm just throwing it all.
Just get everybody
Just
busy out
throw
there.
everybody up there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think, for me, for me, the past year has been like really difficult. One of the things that I really struggled with was like anxiety, and so I was like knee deep into some things, and so I couldn't even really focus on like anyone else, or I didn't even have the brain space to think about other people like I used to, because I would reach out and be like, hey man, just checking in on you, all the things. And but man, I didn't even have I was so engulfed with like anxiety, fear, and all that stuff. Man, I thought I was gonna die, bro. Thought I was gonna die like several days. And so that was one reason. But the other reason was which is life, right? And I can actually see how it didn't look right, where like I unfollowed you, and there was no communication. But I always chalked it up to, is like, that's just how like we are, right? We would hit each other up once in a while, right? And then we'd catch up, and then a few months later we would hit each other up once in a while. And so I haven't thought anything past that. But no, bro, you're right. And I think, and I'm gonna speak to, especially when because when first meeting you, I mean, you were skeptical of me. I mean, like, I was a pastor,
Very much
and
so.
like pastor, and that was one of the things where I like, for everybody who knows me, I'm not like, I used to really try too hard not to be like a pastor that everybody but a pastor is, and I used to like actively fight that image, and one of the reasons why is because of trust issues, just you like throw that in front of it, and it's like, okay, and so one, I did not, and so one of my mistakes early on was that I did not, I mean, and I still don't do this well, but I don't assume the responsibility well when it comes to like that title and people, of like, oh no, like people have been hurt by pastors, people have been hurt by the church, which in turn is the pastor, right? And then it was just, I didn't think about it that deeply. I say this all the time, like, if there's a circle like of people, let me in, like, give me elbow room. I don't want to be in the center. I don't want to be outside the circle. Like, I'm a human being, so like I want some room too. And so man, I apologize, because that actually, like thinking about it now, I'm like, oh yeah, that looked horrible, and that must seem horrible, but, and you know that you can always hit me up though.
Oh yeah.
Now.
Thank you
what
for sharing that.
communication
So
does.
yeah.
And I want to clarify, you didn't add to my church shirt. It was one of those things where I
was a
could see-
reminder.
It was a reminder of,
Sure.
and I tell y'all, no issue.
A trigger?
Yes, it was
Trigger?
definitely a trigger.
Trigger, yeah.
But I did have to like, oh, what were you bothered by?
Yeah.
And then I had
absolutely.
to kind of
It was just your butt. That's it.
But no, I appreciate that people have boundaries. I respect boundaries. If you're gonna follow me on social media, just know I enjoy my life
That's it.
But how'd you know he unfollowed you?
because I knew
Like you.
that don't matter. Just know that I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because he cares.
There's an app
always
for that.
ways. There's always
There's an
ways.
app for that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You just gotta
That's 'cause
make
he
sure.
care.
Has
He
to
care.
level out for me.
Yeah.
Just has
Gotcha.
to make sense. The
Yeah.
ratio of following and followers.
Got it.
Sure. Man, that's because he care about me and won't.
No, so you are a very unique and different pastor, and I think that's why I may have felt such a strong way, because I have not connected with people like you all in a long time, and y'all way of doing. Should I say you all or y'all? Neither here nor there.
Whatever you want to say.
Y'all's way of.
I say you guys. So.
Going about. I don't want to say having church. It's a completely different vibe, and even your energy that comes along with it. It's like, wow, I've never seen anybody like that, and I didn't know who Maria was and how deeply she was involved in the church, and so probably like a few episodes later of our relationship. So it kind of, I was like shocked that the way you all go about just ministry was very different, and it's something that I still am a fan of. Like, you don't have to, I can deal with the unfollow. I'm gonna always repost because I definitely like believe in the vision that you all have and the way you all go about just navigating that is really exciting. And I sing you all's praises all the time.
Yes, so
never forget it.
Well, I remember in a couple of our early conversations, you, like, before you had met Terrell, there was some anxiety for him to even meet you or talk to you because you were talking about the pastor, just even the pastor title.
Yeah. I remember that, and even before that, it's like, am I going to say, I'm going to, like, hey, I'm Pastor T or I'm T? Like, do I want to even, like, what is my first, like, what do I want a person's first impression just to be? And one of the things I've just learned early on is, so, like, if you don't notice, listeners or friends, like, I do have a speech impediment. I stutter, and so one thing that I must be is vulnerable, like, up front and quickly, and so it I can't hide anything, and so I was like, man, I'm just going to use that in the pastor world too. Like, I'm going to, like, say what I am, and then just being me. Just hopefully that changes the narrative for a lot of people. But yet now it's like, and still for a lot of people, like, they are nervous, they, like, anxious, and I get it, and I take it as a challenge to ease that, and to just one of the things, like, one of the vision of this, like, podcast is to be human. Like, just be human as crap, in a very real, honest way. And so, yeah, man, I get that, especially when it surrounds church and all the things that happens to people, and not even in it, but supposed to be like representatives, and yeah, it sucks. So now I take it as a challenge, for sure. So.
Yeah, I would just love to, Zoe. I wanna just say sorry that happened to you as a teenager, because it makes me sad, because I don't think if Jesus was standing there with you, that is how he would have loved on you.
You're such a sappy Leo.
I am
like,
so
girl, it is okay. I am grown. No.
Yeah, but you're grown. But I think that is something that still is important for you to hear.
You have such a loving heart. I appreciate that.
I think so.
Man, yeah.
Okay.
But
there's a lot of people that are hurting, experiencing the same thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Still, too.
And I think I had left the church, lived a little bit, moved away from the city, and then when I came back, I was a part of the music ministry, and the minister of music in particular told me, like, oh, you can come back to the church, but you can't sing on the praise team or be involved in church because you're openly gay. And I'm like, all right, okay. So that's why, like, I'm very, like, standoffish when it comes to, oh, what did you do in church and what do you like to do and all that. I don't want to invest just for somebody to notice a thing that they don't like and tell me that I can't be involved anymore, because I found peace in being on the praise team and being able to minister to people. And that was, I enjoyed that. So to have that taken away from me because of whatever sucked at that time, but also has, like, put me in a place where I'm very on the fence about the whole church experience and joining a church. So.
Was it that he said that so you can't sing because you are openly gay? Were you gay before singing?
Oh yeah, it was. What was the issue? Was he also followed me on social media?
Okay, got it.
I saw some things.
Talk about triggering. Okay.
Got it.
So he said, "Oh, we can't have you here doing that."
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, I have heterosexual brothers. So my brother came to visit me. One of them, and was like, "Yo, like, I love you. Like, I enjoy the art and my place and everything." He was like, "Some of it is gay, but like the way you do it is like different." So I had to appreciate that coming from him. So I would like to believe it could be, scantily clad, but there's men thongs, jock straps. There's all those things, okay? So let's just,
let's just chill out. Let's just
You
chill
won't
out.
see it again.
Calm down.
So said,
Calm down.
you won't see it again.
You
Calm
won't.
down. And he has blocked me. Now
I had a time on that.
I just
boat.
can't let my kids be on my phone anymore.
this conversation,
No.
I'm like, nah.
No, get out of Instagram,
Don't
kids.
let
I'm
your
following
kids
so.
follow me on
Yep,
Instagram
nope.
apparently,
That's
okay?
right. Nah, so man, I feel terrible now, man. I'm gonna follow you, and so
No,
it's like
no.
for some reason I can't. So it's like I blocked you.
If you knew me well.
Man, no, man. But I just like I guess my question was like while you were singing, were you gay?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was like closeted.
Yeah, but and then it was open, and then he was like, no, right?
Yes, because I was living on my own, doing things on my own. So I then identified openly as this is who I am. But when you was living under your parents' house, the Page family, as they say.
But you still sound the same. Your voice ain't changed, though. You didn't get your voice didn't change.
It
after
was
that.
high pitched when I was like younger.
Yeah,
and I think it like comes in waves now. But
I
definitely knew I was gay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like you were singing, and then singing, and you were in the closet singing, and you openly. And you became open, and it's not like, oh, all of a sudden his voice sucks now, right? It's
it was just more of we can't have that here.
Yeah.
And like my adopted mother said a year or so ago, like, we were talking, and me and her didn't really have because she's Jesus through and through. Yeah, like she is the example of what God is and a woman. So it was very weird growing up because of course it was, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. But I didn't feel comfortable being open then. And then after I left home and I was doing some work and I was able to have her travel with me and come along, we were able to be open and honest about our relationship. And she was like, oh yeah, you can do whatever you want as an adult, but when you were in my house, you do as I said. So that like stopped me from being able to be, I guess, my full self, whatever that really means, right?
Yeah, but really though, I'm sorry that happened to you. When something that you love abruptly stops, that is always a traumatic, without even like proper conversation. So man, I'm sorry that happened to you for sure.
Is that part of the reason why you won't sing for us?
I won't sing for y'all.
Yeah, like right now together.
Oh,
is that part of the reason why? Because it's like triggering. Because Chantel really wants you to sing.
No, it is not. I don't. I think it's.
I do, but
I just don't want to. I don't want to sing unless I don't know. It's not. I haven't like delved into that like side of things, but I'm not gonna sing here right now on this. But I love your singing voice. It is you have a voice.
That redirection was really good.
We're gonna flip that right quick. Okay.
I respect your boundary
Thank you.
for today.
And I respect it.
I know I'm not really respecting
Look at
that boundary.
Look at that.
For
I'm
today.
really trying to break that boundary somehow, some way.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that, man.
I think it's more so like I want to be accepted for who I am, and then like
And not what you do.
You know
Yes.
what? I get that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I very
that-
much
Oh, you
get
must
that.
be nice
Okay.
then. You must
I
be
very
nice,
much get
nice.
that.
And you must can sing if you talking like
Yeah.
that. You know what
I
I'm saying?
can sing okay.
Okay.
I do love to sing though. I'm not.
I
one
mean,
of
I
sings real
believe
good.
that he can sing, but I definitely understand people putting value in your gift before you,
Mhm.
and that's absolutely fair. So once we get to know each other,
Yes.
then
I think we know each other, so the value's there.
well, y'all know him.
What if we
But this is my
promise
first
to
time
just
meeting,
keep
so-
loving you just for you
Oh,
and not your
just
gift?
move on to the next. Let's just.
Y'all know me pretty well, so
You want to sing, Ryan?
Ryan's
Waiting
still
for
trying.
Ryan's still
Ryan's
waiting.
trying.
Still waiting for his debut.
Yes.
Ryan trying to
A whole
just
rollout.
give me a shot, Ryan. That's what Ryan.
I definitely feel that. Even in your story, with being on the worship team and then telling you couldn't be because you were openly gay, like I understand how that hits when it feels like your value is in what you did at the time. So you don't really like me. You don't really accept me. It was what I was doing.
Right. It was the showy thing.
But was it because you're gay or because your butt was on Instagram?
My butt was not on Instagram back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think I was still finding myself and becoming more comfortable, but I do feel like whenever I do decide to get like heavily involved in church, there's things that come a little bit more discretion and all that, and I'm very aware of that. But I know I wasn't given all that.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure to leave us a comment and follow us on Instagram at UCity the Church. And hey, if you're around Charlotte, come and visit us. See you next week.